I want you to fly it first.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
What do you think?
You got pretty good positive incidence there, so it's probably going to have a tendency to balloon.
Okay.
But that's the only reason why it shouldn't fly.
See, I got a little lip on.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, you got a little built-in drag right there.
Yeah, I built in.
After the fact, later you could maybe put a little block behind the trailing edge there and stabilize the wing a little bit.
We'll see how she flies, but almost even if you just rested it on top of here, it might be better. So I think you're going to have tons of incidents in that thing.
So that's going to have a tendency to want to stall, well, almost like
it's going to want to balloon.
Up, yeah.
I mean, you're going to be, flying it like this. You're going to have to do way trim down.
Okay.
She'll lift up quickly.
Well, that's a good thing you did get an expert for this first flight.
Let's see how we would look if can we lift this up on the lifter?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's a lot of rubber bands.
I got a lot of rubber bands. I can take the rubber bands off.
Yeah, let's just see how it looks with just enough to kind of lift it up and over.
Sure, no problem.
Too lift. I'm just curious.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being curious, hey, man.
See, the problem is though, you won't have the saddle support that
it'll just be
that the wing should have. But I just kind of want to see what it looks like. Yeah, because I mean, you can see the cord of the wing runs along this thing right here, and you can see the difference.
So you see it pointing up. So.
Strong ass rubber band.
That one. Is that better?
It's definitely better. Are you comfortable flying it that way?
I don't know. You tell me. What you think? Would you suggest flying like that?
I don't know, man. It doesn't have a lot of. Because this back block here keeps the wing.
Keeps it from moving like that. If you say no, this is no. I won't worry with it.
But if you have enough rubber bands on there, maybe it won't do that.
Yeah. This don't twist. I'm pretty sure it will. We gotta have something to hold it there.
Well, but if you have a whole bunch of rubber bands and you're crisscrossing and you come around this edge.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, I bet it's going to be pretty solid.
Let's just try.
That's all we can do, man.
Let's try.
What do you have in case we need to overpower it?
Low. That's high.
That should be alright.
Okay.
Now, have you flown this plane before?
No, I've not flown. I've flown this plane, but I haven't flown with this wing.
And this is going to be a permanent thing?
No, okay, I'm just trying to see if it works. I had that wing off another plane. I thought, you know what? If I just adjust it a little bit, I can put that wing on this other plane. I was inspired by a guy who flies red planes out there with double engines.
And this is normal for you?
Yeah, that's normal. I put that in there because it had the flat bottom. Flat bottom. All right, hey, hang on. 60.
That drop is okay now?
Yeah. That'll be all right.
Hold on, hold on. We'll let it idle for about 20 seconds, which is longer than it feels, or it feels longer than it seems. You want to let the engine load up a little bit, and then you want to gun it to see what it does. So if it kind of like chugs, it's too rich. If it just goes this, it dies, that's too deep. That's not bad. Yeah. Bro, you've done the CG and all that? How much fuel we got?
Oh, we got plenty of fuel.
Want a blessing or anything?
I'll be with you.
The crash is
I know what.
Alright, so it's rolling big time to the right. So to counter it, not only is the aileron all the way over, but I even threw in some rudder trim. Now I'm doing some up elevator. Yeah, so for some reason it wants to roll to the left or to the right. Hands off. So that's about as much trim as I can get, and you can see it's still running right just a little bit. So there you go, man, a hybrid airplane. And I'd say that incidence is perfect. I mean, it's doing all right. Yeah, we definitely. I think it was good to put it on top there.
Yeah. So to correct that, what I just have to kind of adjust the right, you
just need to adjust the aileron. Going flat?
Yeah, go ahead and flatten it. Flatten it. Show me what he's going to do, man.
So like I said, it's the aileron's kind of, you know, I have it trimmed all the way this way. It's not enough, so I also have the rudder this way.
Yeah.
So the airplane's kind of flying a little crooked because that rudder is so, you know, to the left. You know, it's almost like having the rudder this way and the ailerons that way. You know?
Right, exactly.
So very slow, like roll. You know, the ailerons don't move a whole lot. So I don't know, maybe that's how you like it.
Well, you can put it on the high rate.
Oh, are the ailerons on low rates?
Yeah.
Well, let's get some high rates going. I've never flown a hybrid airplane before. It tends to land pretty flat. I wonder if that's because it still has a positive incidence on the wing.
Come on, crank it up, Rob. Let's see what you're going to do.
Full throttle?
Yeah. Little 60. Well, it's a Franken-Plane now.
I thought it was a stick. I thought you were flying.
Put a different wing on, put a stick wing on it. On a Hobbico 60.
That's an ugly stick.
Yeah, it is. Real ugly.
Definitely. I love ugly airplanes. Ugly airplanes have fun. If they're ugly and they don't fly, then they do.
It doesn't have the unlimited vertical that Rob planes used to have.
It doesn't quite seem to, but doesn't mean it's anything wrong with it. I mean, this is definitely a doable airplane. If this was my airplane, I'd increase the ailerons a little bit so I had a little bit more authority.
Okay.
I would keep the wing at this incidence or maybe even a little less. So you know, maybe build up a little bit of a saddle or something so the wing's a little bit more supported.
Back in, yeah.
And then maybe even put a little block on the back that the wing can rest on so it's not going like this.
Yeah.
And otherwise we got yourself a good airplane. Now is there a wing for this obviously?
I don't have one.
Okay, so it really is like they need each other, right? Like
yeah.
The wing doesn't have a fuselage and the fuselage doesn't have a wing, huh?
That's it.
Okay, I got you. Match made in heaven right here.
Exactly.
These are two parts that on their own are worthless.
A worthless. That's right.
But together, look at this. Shit. We'll fly by that.
Oh, and I missed it. I've been following it pretty good.
It's hard when it's close like that. What size fuel tank?
It's a 10 ounce.
For a minute there, I thought I was trying to stick. But then it looked like a Hobby Star 60, but then it looks like a stick again. So right there looks like a Hobby Star 60. Now it looks like a stick. What, do you want to fly in?
Yeah.
Like I said, it feels a little weird because it's got ailerons a little bit to the right and rudder a little bit to the left. The ailerons we can't do anything about, and the rudders to compensate for.
That wing comes out the world model 40.
Oh, okay. So not only do you have two different parts, but one's for 40 and one's for 60. Yeah. That's awesome. notice at high throttle settings that it's going to want to climb and turn to the right. But when you bring the power down, then it flies right, which in my opinion is because it's still slightly positive influence. So the faster you go, the more small it flies. I'm going to fly a kite and it's dead calm. If I did the rudder, then the nose of the steering is going to be off.
Oh!
Taxi it in, man. Taxi it in. Don't walk out there. That's just how I roll.
I know, that's how you roll. So to adjust the aileron, I just loosen the aileron and the right aileron and move it down.
Yeah, this one needs to come down, which means you need to shorten the linkage. That one needs to come up, which means you need to lengthen the linkage. So that way, when you go back to center on the trim, it's just slightly where this one's just a little bit like that's how it trimmed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one's just a little bit lower than that one. And I don't know if there's a twist in the wing or whatever's causing that, but that's how it needs to be in order to fly straight.
Okay.
So when you go back, when you take that trim back to center, it's going to go like this. And so you need to do the linkages and make them go back like this while it's still in the center.
While it's still in the center. Okay. Cool. So this one goes up, that one goes down. This one goes down, that one goes up.
Yeah. And if I were you, I'd put even a little bit, like maybe an 1/8 inch ply or something in there just to try to raise it. Because you want this perfectly straight with the airplane,
Right.
and this is a good, this is the same incidence that the wing should be at.
Okay.
But I mean,
So if I build this up in the back, it's gonna
raise that up a little bit.
Okay, cool.
And there's different ways you could do it. I mean, if you wanted to put it in the saddle and grind out the saddle a little bit more to bring the front down, that would work too.
Yeah, that's right.
And the cool thing about that, well, probably not. This is going to come forward, but
Yeah.
I was going to say you could maybe get it to meet, the front, get it to meet down here somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyhow, either way, like if you look at it, you can see how the wing is slightly up versus the fuselage.
Yeah, it is. It is up. It's at an angle up.
And there was a lot more before.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that.
So
Yeah.
if you could get it to where it's like perfectly,
Yeah. Perfect straight.
in line.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
Mine is test pilot 30.
you got your good instructional video here. I'll get you one of these days.